Hey guys, what's going on? Welcome to the video. So we've had a slower last couple weeks in the stock market, though it looks to be gearing up for another large move soon. In this video, I'm going over what to watch for next, including the key upside and downside triggers for the S&P 500 and overall market, along with the top 3 trade ideas that I'm watching in the week and weeks ahead. As always, there are timestamps in the description. Let's go ahead and get into it. So starting out by taking a look at the S&P futures chart, we can see that the market has built out this 2-week-long range since the beginning of December between 60.35 to 60.40 support, which was also the top of the previous range and breakout trigger from there, and the top of the current range, which has been established at about 61.02. So whichever side breaks should result in the market making its next directional move. Everything in between this range is essentially messy chop action, and the levels in between the range that I have marked at 60.60, 60.67, and 60.75 where price has reacted to, and these can be treated as more of a mid-pivot, but there won't be any big breakout or big breakdown reaction above or below that mid-pivot range. So into next week, the big spots to watch are at 60.35 to 60.40 and 61.02 for either a breakout or a breakdown. Below 60.35 to 60.40 would be the downside trigger to send it back into the previous range with initial targets below at 60.10, 59.85 to 59.94, and 59.50. And on the upside, a break and hold above 61.02 triggers the breakout, likely into new all-time highs, and puts the market back into price discovery mode above. So before we get into the trade ideas for the week ahead, if we take a look at the market leaders, aka the strongest stocks, we can see that there is a lot of overextension. Palantir, ticker symbol PLTR, went on a massive run up to $80 plus per share before finally starting that pullback, though that candle does look like an exhaustion candle and potential top, so it would be very cautious with the expectation of a higher high here, as that could easily be the short, mid, or long-term top. And same with another leader in Apple 11, ticker symbol APP. Candles like this with sells on high volume are usually topping candles after massive run-ups like this. Though Tesla, ticker symbol TSLA, is a leader that continued its mega strength this past week, breaking out to new all-time highs. And the trade idea that we talked about a couple weeks ago, above the top of the range at 358 to 361.5, played out great. But for those who are still long, I wouldn't expect too much more in the short term at least. Tesla has historically made very violent moves to the upside like this before, and those are either followed with a large pullback or lengthy consolidation or bull flag phase. There's nothing stopping it from going higher first, but we should expect either a large pullback or large basing phase to take place soon, and depending on how that builds out, it could indicate more upside afterwards or a larger pullback to take place. The question now is if the leaders topped or are near topping, that either means we'll see larger rotation into other stocks, or it will lead to a broader market pullback, so that will be very important to watch moving forward. Alright, so now getting into the top trade ideas that I'm watching in the week and weeks ahead, starting out with Iren, ticker symbol IREN. So this setup is very clean and well defined on the chart, which has built out a cup pattern and potentially starting to build out a handle. So $16 per share is key resistance and would be the breakout trigger above there. And on the downside, 12.6 to 13 is key support, which is currently being tested, and this would be the key area for the stock to put in a higher low if it is able to successfully hold and potentially build out the handle to the pattern from here, which can set up that future explosive breakout above 16, which would then target $18 plus above. So to trade it, it could either be a dip buy off this support and play it with a tight stop loss below 12.6, or it could be one to just keep on the watch list and stay on the sidelines until it sets up for that potential breakout, or it could be viable above $16 per share with a tight stop loss below to keep risk tight and to play the breakout. New Holdings, ticker symbol NU, is another stock that I'm keeping on close watch. So we went over this setup a couple weeks ago where 12.24 was the major level of interest that we were watching for a potential dip buy, but that following Monday the stock actually gapped down below 12.24, which acted as new resistance, though it found support off the next level down at 11.5. So it has been consolidating for the entirety of the last 2 weeks between these two levels, and is set up for a strong directional move whichever way it breaks next. So for upside, it needs a break and hold above 12.24, and I would also keep an eye on that trendline resistance it's built out, which is currently at about 12.4 as well. And if it is able to get that upside break, it can target the 200-day moving average, which is currently at 12.81, and then above there it targets the gap fill at 13.49 next above. It could also be a short play on a break below 11.5, but I would be less interested in trading that side personally, just due to the fact we're still in a bull market and dips on strong companies like this just tend to get bought up, often leading to failed downside breaks. Supermicro Computer, ticker symbol SMCI, is a stock that's been all over the place, though is once again at a key technical decision point. So after its large dump and then rally back up, it's now backtesting 35.7 as support, which was the original breakout trigger that started the massive breakout move at the beginning of 2024. So this is a key spot for buyers to hold on the back test. This is a tradable long setup with a stop loss slightly below 35.7. And if it is able to successfully hold and get a strong reaction from buyers off this spot, this would be a strong higher low, and it can target a move back to the top of the 3.5 month long range at 48.6 to 51.3, which would also be a large breakout trigger above there. We can also watch the 50-day moving average, which is currently at about 36.9, to act as a smaller upside trigger if it is able to reclaim above there. So to trade it here, it could be viable with a tight stop loss below 35.7, or you could wait for a reclaim back above the 50-day moving average and have a stop loss slightly below there to play that potential upside move from here. So that is everything that I'm watching for in the week ahead. Big decision point coming up for the market to either get that Santa rally into the end of the year, or we could see end of year downside if it does break to the downside of this current range. Thank you guys for watching, and for anybody interested in joining the private Discord chat, that is the first link down in the description to get my personal trade alerts, nightly watch lists, and I answer any questions you guys have in there. Good luck trading the week ahead, and I will catch you guys next time, and peace out.